Hey everyone, I'm Andrew Can, and if I can, you can too. Today we're going to be talking about YouTube's recent changes in AI, a video editing app, and even more analytics for us to use to create our next video. You're not going to want to miss this stream, it's going to be full of information just like that. Before we get too into it and to give people some time to get into the stream, I want to go ahead and let you know what this stream is going to be brought to you by. This stream is brought to you by our own community, the Can Do creator community, as you can see here. You can do it here. This is our Discord community, which I'll have linked in the description down below, which you can join at any time. It really is a great opportunity for you to get feedback, learn more about YouTube, and just ask general questions. In fact, every time after the live stream, we do what we call creator reports, where you can get one-on-one feedback on anything you need on your YouTube channel. You just call into the show. Think of it like an old school Clubhouse or like an X space. So just want to go ahead and share that the Can Do creator community is what we are here to do, helping out past streams. So yeah, I just really am excited because YouTube just had a huge event and it was based in their New York location that talked about a lot of changes coming to the platform. And anytime YouTube does an event like this, I love to talk about it on a stream because it gives me an opportunity to see what my community is feeling about it, has an opportunity for you guys to get a little information, and like always, everything I'm talking about will be linked in the description. In fact, everything I have and will talk about is already there now. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and just take a moment to talk about what we can expect. This was the Made on YouTube event. It's under the news and events. Again, it is linked in the description down below if you want to follow along. And this comes from YouTube themselves. YouTube has always been a place where creators of all different backgrounds and level of experience have pushed the bounds of creative expression. Now, as someone who started creating, technically I created my first YouTube videos on an old school laptop webcam, I couldn't disagree more. And it's so incredible that with the technology and phones that we have, how much has changed and how YouTube really is putting a priority and a focus on what has changed and what is here now. So as we continue to, look here, I think it's important to talk about the three things they focused on, which is Dream Screen, YouTube Create, and AI Insights. Now, in no particular order, they're labeled here, but I would have to say personally, I am super excited for AI Insights, probably the most, to really see what they can do, tools to help spark inspiration, help creators decide what to make their next video about. This is going to be game changing if they can get this right. And I have to say, AI Insights from YouTube themselves is going to be better probably than anything else because it'll be free, it'll be available to creators, and hopefully they do not gate it behind the YouTube Partner Program. I think this is one of those things that should be available to all creators, and we'll see with time. YouTube Create, similarly, right now, like most things in YouTube, is in a beta state, but as you're watching this stream, I'm actually going to give a demo of the early beta, and I also have a link in the description down below where you can download and try the early access to this. So really excited for everything that is to come when it comes to YouTube Create. And then Dream Screen is unique. It's using AI to generate either an image or video background specifically for YouTube Shorts. The fact that this technology is being used, it's not really secret to me. I think it makes sense. They're probably, if I were to take an educated guess, using their Bard integration, which if you don't know what Bard is, it is YouTube and technically Google/YouTube's way of using AI. It's actually really good. I like testing out lots of different AIs. So I think it's really cool. And I agree with Ike's alternative. Really interesting to see how Dream Screen is going to be used on Shorts now. I am excited for that. So the whole idea of this, and one of the big stats that YouTube shared, is YouTube Shorts is now averaging 70 billion with a B, daily views. Now, this is a little more interesting compared to regular long form videos, I think, because obviously shorts are shorter. People can watch multiple videos. So I'm curious how many videos an average person watches in a 60-minute session. And the reason I choose that 60-minute session is because YouTube looks at our analytics in a viewpoint of 48 hours and again at 60 minutes. So really curious how many shorts someone averages on that 60-minute window. They talk about new forms of creative expression. Since Short launched in 2020, it has been the destination for sharing off-the-cuff ideas and inspiration. It's driven by creativity. It says shorts have now climbed to over 70 billion daily views from over 2 billion signed in users every month. So shorts are here to stay. Of the 2 billion users, there's 2 point, I think 4 billion YouTube creators and you, or not YouTube creators, but YouTubers. And what I mean by that is just someone who has an account, and 2 billion signed in users are using shorts. So it's got legs, it's got longevity. It wasn't a fad, it's here to stay. And they're going to be experimenting and testing Dream Screen, as they say, later in the year. As any updates come, I'll make sure to update you here on the channel and via live and the community tab, and of course the Discord, which if you are interested in joining, you can do so via the link in the description down below. But I'm really excited for, just this opportunity. I think when it comes to having AI being like infused in shorts, is always a cool and interesting idea, and you can actually see this in works here. So it says create a video, panda drinking coffee, and it is such a unique feature, and it's something I didn't see coming personally, and I'm curious if you are watching did, because I think that things like that are game changing when it comes to just overall YouTube and what we can do with it. And I love when YouTube can surprise us, you never really know what they have cooking up until they tell us. And so because of that, I think this is a cool feature. I'm really pumped for it personally. And ultimately, you really got to keep an eye on YouTube. And I really do think that this is cool. Now, the next part is the YouTube Create, which is their own mobile app. Now, if you're not familiar, TikTok has its own. They actually purchased CapCut, and at VidCon 2023 in Anaheim, they had a huge presence. So obviously, YouTube is the title sponsor of VidCon. They know what creators are looking for, and they want to have a claim here, right? And if it's good on mobile, maybe they could even bring it over to the desktop version. Obviously, not everyone may use this, but you have to remember, kids today are more likely to have a phone. Future creators have phones more than anything. So if YouTube is trying to meet them where they are, I think a separate app specifically for this kind of editing and creation is so smart. I wonder if YouTube will say the footage was made in Dream Screen so people can't fake footages. I think that would be an important disclosure. I think anytime you're using AI, obviously I think there should at least be from either a creator level or even a YouTube level that it was used. So yeah, that's a good point, Ike. But as we continue to look here, the app is offering video editing tools, including precision editing and trimming, automatic captioning, which I'm really excited for, voiceover capabilities, access to libraries of filters, effects. So again, as more and more people are getting used to YouTube as a platform and are going to start using YouTube as their all-in-one place to create, I think having an app like YouTube Create makes the existing editors have to step up. I think it's going to make people consider it. I mean, once it gets out of the Android only stage, which it's in now for the beta, I think this could be huge. So let me know if you're an Android user or if you are an iPhone user and you're excited about this. What do you think about this as a creator? Just transparently, I think this is great. I would have loved this when I started creating. Now, eventually I did move on to the Adobe Suite, and I know how to use other nonlinear editors, also known as NLEs. But the fact that this option exists is amazing. And I really think that the more choice we have as creators, at the end of the day, we win. So whether you're using an app like YouTube Create, an app like Adobe, maybe it's Adobe Express, Adobe Photoshop, whatever, when there are more options, we as creators win. And I think this is huge. So really excited to see it, And as we continue, this last one might be my favorite. If you don't know, I got my start. I helped grow TubeBuddy's YouTube channel from 6,000 to over 500,000 subscribers. And this AI Insights, which is tools that are going to help creators create their next video, This is incredible. It shows like a generate an outline suggestion. So bullet points. It's showing next year, YouTube Studio will tap into generative AI to spark video ideas and draft outlines to help creators brainstorm. The insights will be personalized for each channel and based on what audiences are watching on YouTube. We've been testing a version of AI powered tools in YouTube Studio with creators, and more than 70% of those surveys said it helped them develop and test ideas. Now, right now, YouTube already has an analytics research feature. They call it Search Insights. And this getting a AI boost to really develop it is so cool. They're also using it in ways I didn't see coming. Like you can also find, they're going to use it to find soundtracks. This sounds very familiar. I know places like Epidemicsound have things that use AI to help you find music. So YouTube doing this makes complete and total sense. Also, if you're an artist and you can get into YouTube music, this could maybe help your song become popular on Shorts, which in then turn can be popular elsewhere. The last one I think is very interesting. They hinted at this at the industry level at VidCon this year, but automatic dubbing with AI. It's called Allowed. One way creators look to expand their audience is through dubbing their content languages beyond their own, but not all creators have resources to dub their content professionally, so we're bringing Allowed into YouTube, an AI-powered dubbing tool that will help creators open up the possibilities. You can now dub your videos in other languages with AI. That is insane. Now, there's a couple of questions I have from a grading standpoint. How accurate is the AI dubbing? What will it sound like? Is it going to be super robotic? All these questions I have and more. I know that maybe it could learn how your voice sounds. I know the new iOS 17 at the time of this live stream, if you're watching this in the future, lets you create a version of your voice with AI. It's ideally Apple sells it as a way that if you're losing your voice can stay around in theory forever. So I'm curious to what Allowed's capabilities and possibilities are going to be, but that is kind of insane. For me as a user, I think that AI is both, I was a part of TubeBuddy, right? Everyone always asks me, how do you feel about AI? How is creators, I've been asked multiple times, how should we feel about AI from a creating standpoint? I think as someone who's been in the creator tool space with TubeBuddy for years, that tools are what you make them. And that similar to TubeBuddy, where it is a toolbox, it can only do what we tell it to do. It is up to us as creators to really hone in what we are willing to allow AI to do. And I think that as YouTube experiments with AI with things such as, Dream, Create, and even, AI powered insights, we really need to decide as a YouTube community what we're okay with and what we're not. Right now, it is exciting and I am cautiously optimistic, and I say give it a shot. But who knows? Maybe 4 years from now, that's going to change and the AI overlords have taken over. But for now, it is exciting. Let me know what you think, whether you're watching this live or in the replay, of AI coming to YouTube from YouTube themselves. I genuinely think it's cool. Again, all the articles, including how you can get this, will be linked in the description down below. Now, the fun part is we are going to be doing a little demo. So first, if you have never seen what I'm showing here, this is actually the research tab on mobile. Some people only ever use this on desktop. Hopefully you can see this clearly. Obviously, I am doing my best. I want to find a software that'll let me stream the screen recording. Obviously, with Streamyard here, I'm able to do quite a bit with multicam, but would love a little bit easier. But here you can see, here are the top searches from my audience, right? How, it's an Adobe Express animation tutorial. That makes sense. How to make a YouTube banner, and I'm pretty sure this is on a phone. And then the next one is how to draw on Adobe Express. That one's my analytics. But it's interesting. Next, you can see recent videos, which are related to Adobe Premiere Pro. I've done videos on this in the past, so it makes sense that YouTube might think I want to have some inspiration. Top searches in Adobe Premiere Rush. Advanced tutorial. I've talked about beginner tutorials. You can really dive, pretty deep in what it's offering you. So really, as deep as you want to go, it also shows, other people, your, recent videos related to vidIQ. Interesting enough, since I'm a TubeBuddy guy, but I guess that, That's one of those things. We have a question here from Chase. Does YouTube create increased views, hours, subscribers? It's an editing app. Like any editing app, it's not going to be guaranteed to do anything, except it's up to the content you make in it that could hopefully do it. But just because you're using it doesn't mean you're going to guaranteed get more. So the next one we have is Adobe. These are for my audience. And the cool thing is, as we were reading earlier, all of these are based on just what your audience is looking up. And that's incredible. Your results are going to be different than my results, and we can use this for our benefit. We can see recent videos for people looking for video editing software. Again, it lets us go either very specific or broad. So we also have best lenses for vlogging, Canon, I could take that. Best recent videos related to Rode microphones, top searches for Adobe Express. And since that's something I really enjoy creating for, I can see what people are looking for in these things. So that's what I really am excited for. Of course, I'm trying to get, there we go. Adobe Express web page tutorial. And of course, we can click deeper here to really see what, we can save the search. I'm not interested in Adobe Express YouTube videos. Obviously for me, I would save this, but these are some of the top searches. This is, again, just how in-depth the mobile version of the research tool is. So if you have never used the mobile app version of the YouTube Analytics search insights, I can't stress enough you checking it out. And it's really a fun, look to see what your audience is looking for. It helps you, see what they need, things like that. But the next thing I want to talk about is the actual Create app. This is a first look into it. So if you haven't seen it, this is the Create app. This is going to be, I've uploaded a video to it. I just made this right before the live stream. You can tell it's the same shirt, but I wanted to play around with it. And one thing I noticed right away is, some of the things that they mentioned, such as transitions and just different things that they have right away. You can scrub. It's pretty intuitive. I have not played with if it'll read. Obviously, this is vertical. I know it's a short-centric app, so my theory is that it's probably going to be short-centric, but I shot this in vertical, so that is one of those things that I would say. You can also, what I've noticed, test the different effects, and it will give you an idea. So there's a lot you have here, and I got to say, for a first run at this, obviously YouTube and Google know what they're doing, but it's cool to see them thinking this way. Now, the next thing is there's stickers. So like if you want to include stickers to really emphasize the point, very common in shorts. They have GIFs, they have emojis, lots of different things that you can test out and try. So just one of those things that I would say, give it a shot. You never know what you'll find. As we continue out here, the next thing they have is sounds. This is, again, going back to the article, kind of gives you opportunities to find different music, different effects, different things that you could use in that. So if you are really interested in, trying to do a demo while not overtaking. But again, there's so much. There is down here, there is voiceover. So if you want to give yourself a voiceover, there's captions. And this is one of those exciting things that's in the beta level. You can do captions, automatically generate captions from the audio in your project. I have not tried this. We're trying this live. So caption all videos. I'm assuming that I'm going to, so you can switch. That's interesting. If you do a voiceover, you can choose to either caption the voiceover or caption the video. This is no voiceover, so I'll caption the video. And then I'm assuming if I click on this, it gives me languages. Now there are 189 that YouTube select, but right now it seems like English, Spanish, and Hindi are the three choices. Then we're going to hit generate. So it says sending audio to YouTube. You will see. Oh gosh, that was quick. I guess it may have had it. So automatically, while we were going live, it has done these captions. Now I'm curious to how this is going to work with this setup I have here. So that is exactly what I said. That is crazy. Obviously, this is a 5-second video, but the fact I can just drag and edit this around, oh, that is crazy. And it's only going to get better. And we can probably, if we double click on this, I can edit it. I'm going to assume, yeah, down here, I can edit the style. But how deep do they go in style? Can I do the popular, there's many different, I like how I can click here. There's many different popular styles when it comes to captions. And what happens when I already have like a captions here? Will it just let me edit them because I closed out by mistake? Okay. But here, this is where it's interesting. Maybe there is a clearer way to edit this. But right now, it's a little confusing. So how do I edit the captions again? Or do you have to edit them there? Again, we're learning live. There we go. You just double click or double tap, I guess. And then if I go to style, so we can choose size, we could choose font, we can choose color. How many font options do I have? Obviously. But if I need to make a short on the go, oh, I love that it gives you all these font options. I love how you can see them. Now let's see. Again, we have but here we have more languages, which is so much more interesting to me. And I love seeing how they kind of decide. So color, background, you really can play around with this. Format, outline, shadow. One thing I would like is the common effect where, you can have each of the boxes come on. So these are just, again, some things I would think of. I'm not going to save any of these, but for a first attempt at a mobile app for creators, and I can still add here, right? I can click this, I can click that plus, add, I can delete. There's so much already in version 1 of this app. So that is really interesting and really cool. So I gotta say, I'm excited for what I'm seeing in these early days, and can only say this. Chase, the GTA 5 and Autumn fan, says, does YouTube going to make an announcement channel guide on channels? I don't know. They have been very, unfortunately, quiet on it. You then ask, am I excited? So I have not heard anything officially from YouTube. I haven't seen anything about channel guidelines. I would love for it to come out to all creators in 2024. And if you're watching this in the future, hopefully you already have it and this is past. This feature has been in beta at the time of this video or stream for 2+ years almost. So it has been a while and I'm excited. But speaking of excitement, we're going to continue the excitement over on the Can Do creator community. So if you haven't already, this is your opportunity to join our community where we will be discussing all things. It's linked in the description down below. And so this is an opportunity for you to ask questions, get feedback, and we're going to be doing our live show after this. So remember, when YouTube makes content, makes new changes and features, I'll be there to talk about them. So consider subscribing. I'm Andrew Can, and if I can be excited about these brand new features, then you can tan, yes, but you can too. Thank you so much.